Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to another ride at Cisco City Bus, y'all. Whoo! Man, it's been a few weeks. Last time I had them youngsters on here, they were spitting fire, man. We had them youngsters spitting some rap, so that was pretty good. But y'all, I know it's been a few weeks. I've had a few people lined up, but life, things happen. You got to take care of your family first, take care of your life, whatever you got going on. Make sure you handle it, and again, this is all good. I like. There's people that I hit up because I think they have a pretty good I guess not even like background, just a story on life of where they came from, where they're at now. And a lot of them that I look at, people, I'm like, man, bro, like you came from that, or dang, girl, you came from this, and like this is where you're at. So that's why I try to hit up, people like that. Obviously it's like, it's just interesting because you'll be around these kind of people all the time and never know, like, dang, for real, like what the heck, because you see how they look now, you see where they're at now, and it's like there's a lot of feats, there's a lot of victories, or a lot of defeats. It's like, but anyways, y'all, I'm gonna be coming with some people soon. Once things start getting back together, we've chopped it up a little bit, and got some people lined up. But anyways, y'all, it's like I said, it's been a few weeks, so I can actually honestly say, I was like, man, this thing isn't gonna kick off. This thing isn't gonna get nowhere. Every time I get close, it's like something happens. So it's like, or I get myself wrapped up in something. And no joke, man, last Friday to be exact, so about a week ago, I was like, man, you know what, I just was headed to the car wash. I said, man, I'm done with it. I'm just gonna see if I can delete this off of the YouTube. I'm done with it, man. And no joke, pull up in the car wash, and again, I'm not really from out here where I live, but I pull up in the car wash, and what do you call it? I'm drying off my car, and I know people, just from being around, being in the lowrider scene and all that good stuff, and even people. I'm in the painting game. I have people who are helping me out, painters help me out. So, mad respect to them. But yeah. Anyways, I'm drying off my car, and I hear, hey, fool! And I'm just like, man, I got my earbud in. I'm doing my thing. Hey, fool! Finally, I turn around like, what the heck? And I'm like, oh, it's one of my boys that's gonna be on here. And he's like, what's up, dog? I thought that was you. I said, man, what's going on, bro? We started chopping up real quick, and he was getting ready to leave. He was going on vacation, so he was gonna gas up, whatnot, whatever he got to do. But he was like, bro, I forgot about you, about the podcast. When I get back, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna do this. And I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, all good. Same day, fast forward to the evening, we go to a friend's kid's sweet 16, and it was, it was a beautiful party. It was great. A lot of good people and stuff. And just celebrating a kid's sweet 16. The growth of a child. I remember this girl when she was younger, and it was just like, watching her grow up. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Great family friends. Sometimes, I say family friends for a reason, because it's like, dude, we've been around them so much. It's like, man, I watched them grow up, and these are like my nieces, and so it's pretty cool, man. But anyways, over there, and one of our family friend who's they actually recently moved out to Nevada. She's like, hey, what's going on? When's the next Cisco City bus? And I'm just like, dude, that's 2 times in a day. She's like, man, I looked and I couldn't find it, and I was like, what the heck? 2 times in the same day. Also, what I say is those are God winks, y'all. People, God winks. Like, hey, man, don't quit. There's a reason for these videos. So, anyways, y'all, I'm back. And that same person that evening was like, man, you should do one on you not drinking anymore. Because at that sweet 16, y'all, and big ups to my friend Priscilla. She was like, hey, man, she was like, I want to apologize because you got the bar going on, people are drinking, all good. It's what it is. That's not what she was tripping on. She was like, sorry, I had to put you the table in front of the bar. And I was like, man, I get it, it's all good. You got to make your seating arrangements. Don't take my sobriety as, oh, like you're tempting me. It's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, a good friend of mine, Sabrina, was like, dude, you should do one on drinking. And I'm like, man, that was pretty good. Like, dude, again, God winks. First in the morning, then in the afternoon or in the evening, and then it was like, boom, handed me the topic. And I'm like, wow. It just came to me. It was just awesome. But anyways, y'all, moving forward, yeah. My sobriety is something that actually I am on the eve of my 5-month sobriety. So tomorrow April 6th will be 5 months that I've been sober, man. And I'll tell you what, I mean, it. This is not the first time I stopped drinking, but this is the first time that I said I'm not drinking anymore. When people ask me, you want a beer? I'm not drinking anymore. Before I say, oh, I'm not drinking right now, and now I'm saying I'm not drinking anymore, y'all. And I'll tell you what, man, it's the difference between then, those times, and now, because the problems were still there. I was trying to hide something. I was trying, not like I did anything wrong, but just trying to, we all got those feelings. We're all drinking to kind of get away from something. If you're like, oh, you know what, I don't want to deal with that, whatever. You got something hidden deep down inside. And you know what? Before I would stop drinking, because for a long time I was trying to win people over, to win people that are close to me, a person that is really close to me. I was trying to win that person over, and the family of that person. And I was like, all right, I'm not drinking right now. And it was like, you know what? Oh, this night was always something. And it's probably because I didn't speak with conviction, because I didn't have it. Like I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it to get the pat on the back, to say, hey, good job, this and that. And kind of my point about this, why it never rooted itself, or my sobriety never rooted itself, it wasn't for me, y'all. It wasn't for me. I mean, and I look at it this way. You plant a tree in your yard, your neighbor plants a tree in their yard, and they're like, oh man, you got a longer water hose than me. My tree's closer. Is it cool if you just hit that? Cool. So you're gonna water their tree first. Bam. And then you're like looking at, oh man, I'm wasting that much water. And then you go give your tree a little sprinkle. Well, then 3 years later, their tree is flourished and is giving them all kinds of shade, and they're hanging out, they're drinking, their waters, their lemonades, whatever, hanging out, and you're still got this little puny tree, and you're like, man, what's going on? You did something for somebody else and it flourished, but nothing flourished for you. So y'all, you got to focus on yourself, man. And that's where this time, I hit again, those problems were there, and it was reoccurring. I starting, the drinking stuff, way back when. Obviously, I've been drinking for a minute, but and again, I stopped a few times. But I was a casual drinker. I had fun. It was joking. I was a casual drinker, and it was like cool. And then I started drinking a lot more. I became from a casual to a moderate to what I call a professional drinker. And I say a professional drinker because I have family, I have people who invited me places, and it's a joke, but they invited me places to outdrink other family members, with my brother-in-law and stuff. We're like, all right, and we did it. And people were like, how did you wake up this morning? How did you, and that should have been alarming, y'all, that I could drink to the point of not even remembering, to the point of making people pass out, to waking up the next day like, dude, what's going on? I mean, and I'll tell you, this is why I say I was a professional drinker, is because I was at a friend's house, which actually is only like across the street and 3 doors down. And it was, for whatever reason, but anyways, I drank until I passed out. My daughter-in-law drove over there, picked me up because I couldn't walk home. We walked to their house. I couldn't walk home. Obviously came home knocked out. Woke up the next day to go to work. Woke up the next day to go to work and ran 6 miles. Didn't even affect me. That should have been a sign, y'all. Should have been a sign. But anyways, moving forward, a lot of the things that I was masking were flourishing. They were coming out. I became that casual fun drinker, that professional fun drinker, that guy that people wanted to be around, that was just like, oh man, people were like, oh, you party like a rock star, oh, we had a great time, it was cool. I was ruining moments, y'all. I was ruining moments. I was breaking down people. I mean, I was becoming that family member that you didn't want around. And it changed real quick. I couldn't tell you what the trigger was, but it changed real fast. And I've seen the other side of the coin. I've seen the person that I used to look at saying, damn, bro, like, you need to get together, dog. You need to get your trip. You should, you can't even handle it. And you know what? It's not even that, like, you can't handle it. Maybe you shouldn't be drinking, because I was drinking to mask emotions, to mask things, to mask, to hide stuff, which a lot of people, I come to find out, it's weird because people do bring me things about them, and I'm not going to share. I will never share anybody's information. I mean, I know stuff about people that I'm like, dude, and I see them, I'm like, hey, nice to see you. And when I tell you nice to see you, I'm glad you're still here. That's from the heart, man. But yeah, there's things that people have told me about their lives and their childhoods and just different stuff. And I mean, it's like, whoa, I'm not going to take anyone's information and put it out there. I'm not, oh, do you know? No. But a lot of people like me, like I used to, drink to just hide something, to just, oh man, the emotions. And I'll tell you what, the last time I stopped drinking prior to this time, life hit me. Life hit me, and I'm like, you know what? Forget it, man. I went straight to the liquor store, grabbed me some brews, and that day I was knocking them back. And you know what's crazy is even family, y'all. Family was like, I have family. Well, it's my in-law part of the family, but a cousin was like, oh, hit me up when I was drinking that time, and he was like, hey, what's up, man? This and that. Want to go hang out? I'm like, no, as I was working. He's like, we'll call off work. We'll go drinking. I'm like, I'm not drinking right now. Done. What happened? Hello? Just like that. And I have an uncle who told me, check this out. People are going to think you're the one who changed because you don't drink, but it's not even you. It's the people that are still drinking and don't want to be around you because they want the drinking partner. They want that person. And I'm like, man, and that was like instant, like what the heck. And then anyways, after that time, I started drinking. And when I started drinking, he was like, what's up, cousin? What's up? This and that. I'm like, oh, what's up? Now we back now. And I'm like, you know what? You revealed to me who you are, bro. You revealed to me who you are. I'm good. And that's one thing, man. It's like, it's, do I choose to keep masking and blowing up around everybody? Or, and I told myself, man, I had my last big blow up. I've seen what I was doing to family, to the one, the one I love. I was seeing what I was doing to my son. I was seeing what I was doing. Nothing physical, but I was seeing what I was doing. And man, I was like, I sat there that day and just prayed, like, just God help me through this one. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. And you know what's amazing, y'all? Is the people you think are going to support you. And I'm going to tell you, if you go on this journey, whatever journey you go on, if you go on this journey, the people that you think are going to support you, whether it's your family, your blood, or whether it's your in-laws, or whether it's, just people who are married into you, to your family, you think they're going to be your biggest supporters? Nope. They ain't going to be your biggest supporters, y'all. They are not going to be your biggest supporters. Every time you see them, they're going to offer you a beer. I'm good. Every time they see you, they're going to offer you something. Y'all, I had a family member, y'all was like, you ain't going to make it. You ain't going to make it. And this was a conversation he wasn't even in. He was just sitting at the table. I was talking to somebody else. So you ain't going to make it. I mean, dude, the naysayers are there. The naysayers are there. And I'm telling you, whatever journey you go on, if you stop drinking, dude, stop drinking and then just don't contact nobody and see what happens. The naysayers are there, y'all. The naysayers are the biggest supporters that I've come to find out are some of my friends, y'all. Some of my friends. I mean, and I'm telling you, I got, my boy and him and his wife come over almost every Friday for dinner. And Buddha was like, what's up, dog? And I didn't drink. I'm like, oh, I'm not drinking now. I'm not drinking anymore. Like, all right, And then one of the times, my wife's like, "Hey, bro, want beer?" No, I'm good. So he drinks a little bit less. And he wasn't a big drinker anyways, but he drinks a little bit less. And I don't know if it's because I tell people, like, you can come to the pad. I got beer in the fridge. Like, I got beer in the fridge for people if you come over. I'm not enabling. It's there. Um, but even one of my boys, one of my close boys too as well. He came over and yeah, you know, whatever it was kicked off in him, and he's like, man, he's back in the gym. He's getting the weights in. He's not drinking right now. He's like, he's doing good, and you can see it. And I'm like, man, I hope I was that catalyst. If I was, that's awesome. If I was, if that's awesome. But you know what? Again, he's like, hey, bro, like he'll hit me up. How's it going, man? This and that. I'm like, good. Drinking good? Yep, I'm good, bro. Like I don't even want it, y'all. I don't even want it, y'all. I couldn't even tell you how many parties I've been to where people were just sipping tough. Oh, shots. Handle it. Oh, you have to take a shot. No, I don't. I don't gotta do nothing. Because guess what? I'm not drinking anymore. And again, even at that bar, at that party, Sweet 16 last week, even there, everybody's drinking, having a good time. My boys are drinking, and it's just like, there's not a want, there's not a crave, there's nothing. Why? Because I'm doing this for change. I'm doing this for me. And, as I tell a lot of people, I know he's always been there. And he's protected me from some instances, I guess, that, I should have been going places with people, and I was like, nah, something happened. Couldn't make it, just whatever it was. But, along this journey, faith and a lot of prayer, man, and it keeps me going. And what I learned, because I was a big one. I always prayed in the bad times, and I've received, and I was like, okay, cool, like, all right, I'm up and running on my own, I'm gone. But no, I pray in the good times, I pray in the bad times, I pray in, just all the time. I pray, and I thank God for my sobriety. Because I'll be honest, my feeling is that he took something that, not that I love, but something that I did effortlessly, and was like, I'm gonna put a spin on this so I need to wake you up. And I'm like, man, and he woke me up, y'all. And it's like, my sobriety is one of my biggest blessings. Again, I'm not that person. Don't think I'm that person that's like, hey, we go to a family function. Oh, you gonna drink another beer? Dang, bro. Like, that was like 4. I don't care. My wife drinks still. My wife's like, hey, dude, we're about to take some shots. Cool. Still not for me, but she's like, we're gonna take some shots. Cool. Take some shots. No big deal. My wife still drinks, y'all. My wife still drinks. People drink around me all the time. It was funny, because went to my boy's house across the street, the one I told you I got drunk at, and he knows I ain't drinking, and went over there, and he's like, oh, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Cool. All right. Don't knock for me. But my other boy, he's like, hey, here's a beer. All right. And it's just like, you know what? You gotta just stick to your guns, man, whatever you do. And again, this sobriety thing, it's opened my eyes a lot. I've been, like, the clarity, one of the questions from the Sweet 16, my wife, she was like, "Oh, go see what kind. I'm gonna go see what kind of mocktails they have. Mocktails." And I don't know if you guys know what a mocktail is, but it's all the ingredients of a cocktail, just no alcohol. So, and our friend was like, "Well, why are you drinking that for?" And I'm like, well, "What's up?" She's like, "Well, doesn't that make you want to have a drink, like alcoholic beverage?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." She was like, "Well, doesn't that make you want to have no, not at all." I say, because I drink so much water. I drink a lot of juices. But every now and then to get that mixed drink, when they put it together, like, all right, cool. I've had margaritas with no alcohol, and people are like, "Oh, what's up?" I'm like, "Nah, dude." My wife even takes the drink before me to make sure there's no alcohol. So, but yeah, that was a question: is drinking those mocktails, would that make me want to have another one? Nah. Like, dude, there's no want. There's no, if you can see right here over my shoulder, That's my wife's little liquor cart. You know, got liquor carts, got liquor bottles and all that stuff. Walk past it every day. Open the refrigerator, our back room refrigerator. Open that every day. There's beer all up in that mofo. Just doesn't bother me. Doesn't I don't even think about it, y'all. But yeah, there's lives, man. Lives, and I mean, I had you know, I've had my moments, you know, where you're like, oh, and it's easy to twist off a cap, but it's like, you know what? Again, before it would be easy to do it. When I get those moments where I'm like, man, I'm about to twist off this cap, which I'm not going to, but when I get those moments where I would used to say I'm gonna twist off this cap, you know what I do? Hit my knees and pray, y'all. Hit my knees and pray, and I pray it out of me. I pray it out of me. I pray it out of me, man. I mean, and I am a firm believer. Whatever you want, you can have it. You can have it, man. I mean, you know, it it's just a trip, because when people hear that I don't drink anymore, they're like, "What? Like, you're crazy." Yeah, right. Like, people have to see it. Like, it's like the eighth wonder of the world or something, whatever. I don't know how many wonders are, but I'm like, eighth wonder of the world. Like, you don't drink? Like, yeah, right. They like have to see it. I'm like, nah. But again, y'all, it's got to be in here. You gotta want it in here. You gotta, you know, you gotta have it like right in here to be like, nah, I'm not drinking no more, man. I'm not drinking no more. And whatever it is, you know, I know I'm, you know, talking about my sobriety right now, and about how other people have been affected by it. Whether it's, I don't want to hang out with you no more, or all right, cool. And I think it's kind of like rubbed off on other people to where they've slowed down on drinking, and even some people even stopped, man, which is pretty cool. And again, if you stop drinking and you're like, hey, man, I'm done. I'm not gonna drink no more. And then I see you at a party a year from now and you're sipping, I'm not like, you know what, yo, no. Like, hey, dog, it's cool. You know, it's cool. I mean, we all have our backslides. It happens. When you're ready to stop, you're ready to stop. I can't be I can't be wagging my finger, y'all, you know, because again, I'm guilty of sin as well. You know, I'm guilty of it as well, you know, and I'm not saying drinking's a sin, but I'm guilty of just issues as well. So for me to put my finger, oh, you're drinking again, dude. I think people congratulated me when I was drinking again those other times. And it's like, but y'all, it's I look at sobriety as anything else. You know, I look at sobriety, I guess, as anything else. Not that it's a challenge, because as I hear people, you know, you hear the term "take it day by day," and it's like, you know what? I would always think like, man, oh, I'm not drinking today. Oh, I gotta battle this today. I gotta battle this today. And for me, to taking it day by day, it's just like, man, cool, another day. Like, I don't even count the days, y'all. I mean, really, I just know when the 6th of the month comes up, I'm like, all right, cool, it's another month. Cool. That's all it is. I don't even count the time, you know. But I take it as any situation, I guess, in life. If you want change, if you truly want change in your life, in your marriage, in your employment, in your education, whatever it is, y'all, if you truly want change, you'll get it. But if you just want to say it, to be like, hey, oh, cool, I got a pat on the back, yeah, ain't gonna work. You got to do this for yourself. You got to do this for yourself. And I mean, man, you know, along this sobriety journey, you know, my spiritual journey first. My spiritual journey is first, you know, because I was still drinking while I, you know, started, you know, studying, you know, the Word of God and stuff, and the Bible and stuff. And I mean, you know, my spiritual journey first, and then my sobriety. You're gonna have your tough times, but if you really truly want it, it's not gonna stop you. I'm telling you, it's not gonna stop you. You know, nothing out here can stop you. You know, I mean, because once you start, I mean, if you really truly want it, You know, you'll go after it. You'll get it. You'll do whatever you need to do to get it. And I'm gonna tell you what, even if you have to cut people off, even if you have to cut people off, in my sobriety, I learned people. I learned, y'all. There's people I gotta let go. And I'm talking about family members. I'm talking about in-laws. I'm talking about people like that. Why? Because they're the catalyst to these emotions, to these, they're, you have people around you that are there just to light the fire. And then once they're backing up, they give you the gas can, and you start pouring fuel in the fire. Before you know it, they're like, "Hey, dog, I'm gone." Now you got this whole fire going, and you gotta control it, y'all. So you gotta realize that you're gonna cut people off on whatever journey you take. If you're gonna better yourself, excuse me, if you're gonna better yourself, you're going to end up losing people. I'm just telling you, that's facts 100%. And that's one thing I had to learn on this journey, y'all. My spiritual journey, my sobriety journey. Y'all, even my car build. I'm building a 67 Impala convertible right now. And when I was telling people, oh man, this guy's going to teach me how to weld, this and that. You know, one of my coworkers, a good friend of mine. And yeah, he taught me how to weld, y'all. And they're, yeah, you ain't gonna learn. I'll give it up, this and that. Y'all, I had a gang of naysayers. And when I say built, not bought, that car has been built in my garage. Garage Art 67. Y'all look out for it when the Lowrider show's coming up in this summer. It's gonna be out, y'all. I did all that right here. Body work. I learned how to do body work. You know, body work. I mean, dude, just the amount of stuff I learned on that car, and all the naysayers are like, "You're not gonna do it." Guess what? They didn't even talk to me no more. Whatever you do to better yourself, y'all, I'm gonna let you know, you're gonna lose people. And if you lose them, guess what? Nothing changes, man. Nothing changes. You will still be you. You will still go to sleep in the same bed. You'll wake up with the same husband or wife, whatever you are. You will still be you. Your life won't change, but it'll change for the better. It'll change for the better. Sometimes you got to cut people off, y'all. Sometimes you got to cut people off. And you know what? And as I heard in this journey, non-negotiable. That's a non-negotiable for me. If you want to have a family party and you're going to invite those people, cool. Oh, you're not going to come celebrate this person because this person? Yeah. Because I'm not going to give up the relationship I have with God, the relationship I built back in my home, my sobriety, my person. I'm not giving up that for anybody. But again, whatever you do, y'all, it's got to be for you. And like, if you guys ever get a chance, look up Eric Thomas, excellent motivational speaker. He has ones called You Owe You. And they're all, you owe you. You owe nobody else but yourself, man. But yourself. I mean, you know, and I'm talking about spiritually, you know, mentally. You owe you. Sometimes you just got to stay in your room and shut the door. Y'all, my garage is my happy place. I love that. I love that. And that's where I stay. That's where I'm like, man. And there's a lot of times where I just stop working and just start praying, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of times. But again, you owe you. So know who you got to cut off. You'll see it. Know who's draining your energy and not feeding your energy. And that's where I surround myself with people that are not even tripping on the alcohol no more. Not even saying, oh, you're not going to make it. You're going to end up quitting. You're going to get back. I learned to get away from them people. You don't owe me. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe them nothing. I owe me. You owe you, y'all. So again, the sobriety journey, it's not easy. You know, if you make it, it's hard if you make it hard. It's hard if you make it hard. But you got to start pruning, y'all. You got to start pruning. You got to start getting rid of the bad apples. Getting rid of the bad apples, man. You got to start pruning and focus on yourself. Because again, man, at the end of the day, when you're getting, you're in that church, wherever you're at in that casket, and people come and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. I love that person so much. He did this, he did that. Yo, those are just people trying to get attention, saying, hey, you had a good speech. That was great. He loved you too. She loved you too. Y'all, again, stay true to yourself, man. Stay true to yourself. The sobriety journey, again, it's awesome. Even one of my coworkers, man, we were just chopping it up, and he was, I guess, a professional drinker as well, and he hasn't drank in a minute. Longer than me. I didn't even know that he hasn't drinking. It's longer than me, and I'm like, dude, good for you, bro. And he's like, bro, I feel good. I don't wake up hungover no more. They even have a family tradition on, I think it's Christmas Eve or something at his house, and everybody's taking shots and all this stuff, whatever it is, and he's like, nope, I'm good. And guess what? He's like, not one person's like, hey, oh, no. So again, man, I mean, it's your surroundings, y'all. It's your surroundings. And even like last weekend at the Sweet 16, it was awesome. I mean, there's a lot of people that were just like, oh yeah, cool, that I knew, and they were drinking, and not one person offered me, not one person naysayed me, nothing. It was just like, all right, that's awesome, just left me alone. Not left me alone, but with alcohol stuff. But anyways, y'all, again, Theo Vaughn, the comedian, says, nothing changes if nothing changes, man. Again, just let that sink in. Nothing changes if nothing changes, man. I could still be sipping tough right now. And guess what? It's just a countdown. I didn't want it no more. I didn't want it no more. So y'all, focus. Stay focused, man. Stay focused on whatever you got going on. I mean, I know people have things going on in their life right now. Their mind is going here, their mind's going there. There's just things going on with, families. I mean, dude, you could even take that to political. There's people, I was so involved in the politics stuff. Not that I know a lot about it, but, oh man, you're not for that person who I'm with. Get out of here, this and that. I have so much hate. And guess what? Does it matter if I vote? Bro, I mean, crazy. Things are happening. We're getting mad. We're getting divided. Families are getting divided. Not only over politics, over stupid stuff as well. Unexplainable stuff that just, you can't. Yeah, you can forgive, but you'll never forget, y'all. And they say that, oh, you forgive and forget. You don't forget. You don't forget, y'all. And there's some actions. What? Again, like I've told my kids growing up, whatever you do today is going to affect you tomorrow. You know what? And there's a lot of people's actions out there that affect other people for years to come, y'all. You can forgive. You can forgive from afar and be like, all right, cool, I'm done. I forgive you, yeah, whatever. Life isn't gonna be the same. That's that. Yeah, I forgive you. And you forget, you forgive from the heart, y'all. But again, just know you gotta, again, you have to cut people off. They say blood is thicker than water. Yeah, it's true. But don't forget, blood also causes blood clots, which could lead to a heart attack and kill you. Again, blood's thicker than water. You're exactly right. But blood can also lead to a blood clot, which can cause a heart attack and kill you. Yo, control your climate, man. Control your climate. Again, thank you for those God winks, man. Last Friday, from the homie at the car wash to my homie at the quinta. I mean, it's like I got a lot of people. I surround myself with good vibes now, and it's amazing. It's amazing. My sobriety is awesome, man. I mean, I no one wants the bad times, but I'm gonna tell you what. That's where you're gonna be defined. Martin Luther King has a good quote, and I don't want to say it because I can't mess it. I'm probably gonna mess it up, but that's what's gonna define you. That's what's gonna define you. Those bad times, y'all. And those bad times, I mean, I went to like the depth, like, man, and I had to find myself, and I was down there for a minute, y'all. I was down there for a minute, but my sobriety, man, I mean, it's helped me. It's helped me grow the garden that I once had and that I destroyed, and that I'm back. I'm back. And again, I do this for myself, not for the handshakes or the pat on the back for anybody else. I do this for myself. I do, and I'm glad God put me in there. I'm glad God put those weeds in my garden. And I was like, whew. But guess what? This is where I'm at now, y'all. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So again, whatever journey you choose, whether it's sobriety, whether it's your relationship, whether it's, trying to, your family, whatever it is, y'all, financial, you're more likely you're going to lose people on the way. But if you lose them, they weren't there to begin with. They weren't there for you to begin with anyway. Stay focused on yourself. Keep a good circle of people. I'm not saying cut everybody off. Keep a good circle of people, but not everyone who's your friend is there with good intentions. Watch as you progress, because I've seen it. Watch as you progress. One was sobriety. I told you about the cousin. Another one was my car build. I got people backhanded comments. We bought our second home. We lost our first one. And it was like, oh man, I feel sorry for you, bro. What's up, this and that? We're drinking beer. Got my second home. Didn't think you were going to come back like that. Oh, appreciate it. So again, you owe you, y'all. Again, if you lose people on the journey to better yourself, so be it. You be the better person. You be the better person, y'all. So y'all have a great day. Thank you, God, for this channel. Thank you, God, for the God winks of last week. I thank you, God, for every breath that you breathe into my body. Thank you for every word. And Lord, I pray for every man, woman, and child who are hurting. Whatever it may be. Y'all, if you feel that you are at the end of the rope, don't look at it this way, because you can let go. It's really easy to let go at the end of your rope, or you can start climbing and work hard and get out of it. And when you defeat whatever you think is holding you back, you're gonna look back like that was it. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing before I leave. All those bad days you had, you are 100% victorious over every bad day you had. Think about that. So again, God, I love you. Y'all have a great day.